101.3 MyFM. It is 8:07. Totally awesome 80s Wednesday. We will get back to the music in just a couple minutes. At this time, we normally talk to State Representative Mike Soter. We have his Chief of Staff with us this morning. It's Eric Eisner. Hey, Eric, how are you, man?
Hey, Ray. Good morning. What's going on?
Not much. Good to see you.
Good to see you. We are here today in Bellingham at PJ's Bar and Grill. I also have Paul Rogers with me, owner.
What's happening, Paul? How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
Good. Looking good.
Thank you.
How's business been treating you now that we're getting back to somewhat of a normal pace, almost?
Yep.
It was a tough year, but how's PJ's doing right now?
We're doing great. We opened the tent about 2 weeks ago. It'll be 2 weeks this Saturday, and the response has been great. We obviously, depending on the weather. It's been great. We've been busy all this week. I think people just want to get outside.
Yeah.
So we got the town let us do the tent again, and so far so good.
Yeah, it looks great from what I can see, and when I drive by, it looks fantastic. I love the fact that I think I keep saying this, if one good thing came out of this, it's that we learned how to adapt, we learned how to expand, and most businesses were able to pop up tents like yours and really make a go out of it. People love to be outdoors.
Yep. Yeah. That was a big thing. You had to be creative throughout this whole thing.
Yeah.
Come up with different ideas and adapt and change. And luckily, we had a great staff who did the same thing with us and with them and us and the community in both places. We have the place in Medway too. We were able to. We're still here, so I guess that's all that counts.
Yeah, you had to deal with two places. You got the smoking grill in Medway and the bar and grill there in Bellingham. What did you do in Medway? You weren't able to do any outdoor seating in Medway, were you?
We were. The Medway was awesome too. They let us take out the first 5 parking spots in
nice.
The building. We put up Jersey barriers and created a patio. We had I think 10 tables out there. We put lights, and it was great. We're planning on doing the same thing again. The town said we could do it again over there. So hopefully in the next couple of weeks we're going to put that together and start that up again.
Good. It's been a while since I drove past the Medway location. Do you see this as an ongoing thing? Do you think like a permanent fixture at both of your places? Is that something you're going to pursue? Is that something you're talking about already? Being able to, even when we're back to normal, being able to open up these outdoor dining areas in next year, the year after, keep it going?
Medway probably not, only because we were actually taking up parking spaces, and the Medway location is a lot bigger than Bellingham. But we have been in talks with the town and our landlord about making this a permanent structure in the next year or so, expanding out from the existing patio, making this area where the tent is a permanent area, and also expanding our kitchen because the kitchen's kind of tight in there with the extra seats. We kind of need the exercise in the kitchen. But yes, we are looking and hoping that we can make this a permanent thing because it seems to work, not only for us, but like you said, people just want to get outside, sit out in the air, even though it's, we're right on 140. It's not the most glamorous scenery, but I think people just like to be outside and enjoying the fresh air.
Yeah, that's always nice. Is the town being helpful about that? I know Mike is a big proponent of
Mike's been awesome. Eric, the Bellingham's been great. We've been here almost 9 years, and from day one, they've supported us. Not only the town and the town administration, but the community itself. And Mike's just a godsend. He's a great guy. He's been with us since day one, and he's always, if we have a question, we call him. He's always in touch with my wife, and him and Eric have helped us a lot with a lot of things.
Well, that's awesome. That's good to hear. What was one of the biggest obstacles to get over on a local level? And I know money is probably number one, but you guys are still going, so you did whatever you had to do to keep yourselves alive. But what was the biggest hurdle outside of money getting through this pandemic as a local business person?
I think just being able to keep providing the service that we did when we were open. When we had to go straight to takeout, you had to adapt your restaurant. You had to, and like I said, our staff was front of the house and the back of the house, just adapted. And I think that was part, adapting to, at first, all takeout, delivery, curbside pickup. And our staff just jumped on the idea of delivery. People didn't mind doing delivery or curbside pickup. We just came up with different ideas as far as specials and as the administration and the government let us do like drinks to go, we came up with ideas for that. We had like, adult, sippy cups and stuff like that. And, that was all in the guidelines of what the ABCC was letting us do. And just to get creative. And I think some of that is spilled into what we're doing now with the tent. We come up with some different ideas. We're doing buckets of beer for the summer, or seltzers and all cans. And so it just makes it feel like you're, out in, like almost like you're down the Cape or outside in, a different area. But I think adapting to what we had to overcome was probably the biggest thing. But I have to admit, I think between, with the help of my wife, who did all the work to get this tent going, and our staff, we were able to do it, and kind of not so much seamlessly, but we did it very, very easily, because I think we all had the common goal that whenever this was going to end, that we were hoping that we would still be here. So
you surrounded yourself with the right people.
Yeah, we got a great staff, and we got a great staff, a great community, a lot of loyal customers, and Julie and I are just very grateful for what we got here.
How is Julie?
Julie's awesome. She's still in bed. This is too early for her to get up.
I got to imagine over the last year, probably a lot of sleepless nights on your end, right?
Yeah, more for my wife. She takes on, she's like the behind the scenes, person with both places. So she had to coordinate all this stuff, with each town, with the government and the Board of Health and all the building permits and whatnot. But the tent here was all her. This was all her idea. She did all the legwork, and it's just been awesome. And thank God I got her.
Well, they say behind every great man is a better woman. So.
Oh yeah, 100%.
You're a lucky guy. You guys do live music as well. You've been doing that for years. Yep. And as a member of the local music scene, thank you so much. Will you be bringing that entertainment outside?
Yeah, we're hoping to start that in the tent in a couple weeks. We had Box Groove in here. We're hoping to get them in for a couple weeks, and we're trying to book some other guys' acts too. Because I just think it'd be kind of cool to put them in the corner of the tent and sit outside on a nice warm night and enjoy some music.
Well, fantastic. We're looking towards a great summer at both locations, Medway and in Bellingham. Paul, great to talk to you. And say hi to Julie for me, please.
I will. Nice to talk to you. Take care.
All right. Eric.
Yes.
Tell me what's happening in the State Representative Mike Soter camp these days. Besides, working with people like Paul, you're doing that daily. Just probably going around making sure all the local businesses are okay. But what's happening? I haven't talked to Mike in the last 2 weeks. So give me an update on what you guys are working on.
So in addition to working with a lot of the business owners, our normal constituency, I know you've heard a lot about that over the past year or so. We've been spending a lot of time at the vaccination clinic in Uxbridge and some of the satellite clinics as well. I think on the state level, we had just hit on the 19th, I want to say, 2 million people fully vaccinated.
Wow.
And about 5 million doses administered. And then we also have 2 days since those statistics came out. So we're getting there. We're trudging along. I spent the night last night at the vaccination clinic in Uxbridge, and those people are absolutely phenomenal down there. The nurses, the volunteers, the boards of health, everybody in between has just been doing a phenomenal job. Long days, long nights, and we're getting there. We're moving towards it. And that's mostly what's at the forefront right now for us. Kind of outside the district, we're looking at the state budget next week for the first time for the House, and then that'll carry through probably till at least the end of July. And hopefully we'll have a full year's budget going into this next year, whereas last year we did not. That's about it going on.
Let's talk about these outdoor patios, which have been so instrumental in keeping so many businesses alive. That's the one at PJ's in Bellingham. It looks fantastic. Look at that, all that seating. You're out in the fresh air.
They do a good job, these two.
They do. Before we talk about that, I just want to mention Mike is watching right now. He's got a few things to say. Good morning, everyone. I don't know if he means you or me, but he's going to be shaving one of us, I think. Could be you. And then referring to Julie, she is the backbone. And they're great people. The Rogers are awesome. And He never gets up this early. He's so proud of you, Eric. That's great. So when you're working with the towns, do you see them embracing this idea of the pop-up tents? I mean, I know we'd like to see more of a solid structure outside, and that's really when it comes down to zoning. And I know a lot goes into this. But in some cases, like PJ's and Peppercini's has a tent, and they did a great job. It's fireproof. It's lit up. Some of them have heat lamps underneath. They're very well done. But do you find that the towns are embracing this and hopefully allowing this in the future?
Yeah, and I think the restaurants that can do it, certainly like this establishment, they're pushing them to do it. They're helping them do it. The boards of health are working with them to get it done. And then if you look across the state as well, I haven't been there yet since the weather warmed up, but Norwood downtown, if you look in the North End in Boston, really across the state, they're closing down streets. They're kind of rerouting sidewalks and working with businesses to get them open, to promote this outdoor seating. And I think people really love it as well. I think we were kind of cooped up inside, and people just want to be outside. They want to get out and see some people now that we're moving towards a more vaccinated state. And I think the response from towns and local stakeholders has both been absolutely phenomenal.
I mean, fiscally, doesn't it make sense for a town overall to allow this? More people out, more money is being spent, more money is being put back into a town. So whatever it takes to encourage people to get out and support local business only helps everybody in the end.
Yeah, that's correct. And, you're promoting meals and alcohol sales and everything in between, purchasing patio furniture, renting from local companies, whether it be tents, concrete blocks, going to the local flower shop to get flowers for the pots, everything around. And you're right, it does. It in itself works to stimulate all the other businesses around here. I think it's a godsend for all the restaurants, owners, employees. It keeps the employees going, bartenders going, food service, and everything in between. So you're right. It's in everybody's best interest to keep places like this going and operating and keep people coming in every day.
Yeah.
So you're spot on with that.
And it's not the first time we've seen this. I mean, there are sections of Boston that have outdoor dining. They've always had outdoor dining, or they open up the front. There's garage doors, there's big windows. A lot of vacation resorts have outdoor dining in the summer. So, I mean, it's not a big surprise that now we want this in some of our smaller towns to the west. And I hope the towns work with everybody and keep this going, because I love it. It makes for a new experience, not just a safer environment, but just a new dining experience. And
yeah,
I think it's a lot of fun.
On that one. I'm also thinking over in Milford, in your neck of the woods, Depot Street Tavern.
Yes.
Has the outdoor dining over there. And you're right. It's a new type of experience for more of the small, sleepy areas of the state. And I think people really love it. And they do have, PJ's over here has probably about 8 tables on their concrete patio up top, right off the restaurant. So they've always had a little bit of that outdoor dining experience. And then the Sol de Mexico over here as well has a little side patio. But it's just expanding that and really emphasizing the outdoor dining. And, as long as it's not an unbearably hot day or windy day, it's actually really nice to sit out here and enjoy the weather and enjoy the food and the company as well.
It's also nice to drive around and see activity.
Yeah,
Not just behind the windows, but like outdoors, and hearing people laugh and talk and hearing the live music outside. It's wonderful. So again, if anything good came out of this, it was that we expanded our businesses and got a little bit more creative. And I think we may have all been in a little bit of a slump as far as the status quo. So this made us think, and I thank COVID for that. I don't know if that's the right thing to say, but let's see. What does Mike say? The House needs to pass my emergency meals and sales tax bills so we can put money into the businesses to adjust for life after COVID. Absolutely. Keep an eye on that, everybody. And then Ann is listening. Hi, Ann. Eric is an amazing young man. Paul and Julie are absolutely the best and have been a mainstay in the community for years.
Thanks,
Generous.
Sarah.
to the community. Hey, Eric, thanks for your time. Thanks to Paul for joining us as well. Take care. In a couple of weeks, we'll talk to Mike. And, I don't know. You could be topping him as far as a guest. I've got you guys at right here now, and I won't tell you who's who.
Listen, I could never top him. He's the best of the best. You can't get any better than that.
That's right. All right, Eric, have a great rest of your day.
All right. Thanks, Ray.